Welcome, everyone, to the NEKO ALPHA show, coming to you direct from Tokyo. My name is Reno, and we are bringing you the best Japan-related alpha and more from the United NEKO Alliance here on the ground in the largest city in all of human history. I am here with my co-founders and co-hosts from the United NEKO Alliance, Steve and Neil.
Hey, GM, everybody, welcome.
GM.
And so, continuing our interview series, talking to NFT creators and founders, today we're talking to Myna. She's the community manager for the Metaani Project. Welcome to the show, Myna.
Hi, everyone. I'm Myna. Nice to meet you.
And before we start, please, everyone, remember this is not financial advice. Do your own research. This is just our commentary, info sharing, and we hope it's also a little bit entertaining. So with that, I'll turn it over to Neil and Steve and Myna, and we'll get things started.
Hey, Myna, welcome. And I'm excited about hearing about Metaani today.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited too.
Awesome. So why don't we just start off and could you give us a sort of overview of the Metaani project?
Sure. So we are a crypto art plus avatar project, and our Metaani is 3D avatar. It's the first Japan-made 3D NFT project. And we have our founders, Mekezo and Misoshita, who is a both engineer, and Misoshita is an art director, and they create most of our products. And we've collaborated with other projects, a lot of other projects with other artists too. We started off with our first mint with the collaboration model with crypto artist Emmy. That was our first launch. And then after that, Metaani Gen followed. And we have approximately about 2,000 products out in the field right now.
So Myna, maybe tell us a little bit more about the 2,000 products that are out there
Oh, yeah.
currently
So
and what
that's
you mean by that.
Mhm. So that's the total number that we have out there. We have several series, Metaani Gen being the biggest one, and we also have like artist series, collaborative series with Kizuna Ai and KPP Kyary Pamyu Pamyu, famous Japanese kawaii artist, and so on. So we do have a lot of series, but overall, I think we have 2,000, about 2,000 out. Like out models out there right now.
So these are different models that include the basic avatars as well as collaborative avatars with other people.
Correct.
So I know that the project, you guys are really involved with a lot of stuff at Blockchain Week in Japan, in Tokyo,
Mhm.
Tokyo Blockchain Week. That event was really cool. I was there.
Oh, thank you.
Neil was there too, and
Cool.
Metaani had a pretty big presence there.
Oh,
Um,
good to
so
know.
people were talking about the T-shirts, like, oh,
Mhm.
grab a Metaani T-shirt, and I asked somebody, and they said, oh, it's just for holders. So it was
Yeah.
kind of like it was pretty cool. And then there were two people. I guess it was Misoshita-san and
Mhm. Makezo, I guess.
Mikazo-san. They were
Yeah.
dancing with the Metaani heads. That was really
Yes,
cool. And
yes.
then they were kind of doing DJ stuff
Mhm.
with some VTube video behind them.
Yes, yes. Makezo was DJing, and then Misoshita was also a guest performer at the event with a virtual singer, Edolena. So they did like a collaboration performance, and yeah, our founders were doing their own thing, and then our us team were just trying to show presence in the event.
It was good. It was good presence.
Oh,
So
thank you. Good
I
to know.
yeah, I enjoyed watching what was going on there.
I think it was very different from like other projects. In real life doesn't happen often, I guess. And giving out T-shirts at the venue was just us. So.
Yeah, so you guys had a really big presence IRL at that event at Wave 3, which is great, and at other events at during Blockchain Week. But your real focus is metaverse. So you've got
Mhm,
the crypto art and avatar
mhm,
combination for the Metaani 3D avatar,
mhm,
which is bringing the metaverse to life,
mhm.
as you guys talk about it. Um, and Metaani land is being developed and
Mhm.
kind of specced out. Maybe you can talk a little bit about that and what you're doing and what the plans are.
Yeah, so our main focus when we started our project was, bringing crypto artists into the metaverse. But then we've developed more and more, and we just want everyone to have a experience in the metaverse, just want to have fun kind of. So that's what's happening. And the Metaani land was in our roadmap, first of all, and we had the opportunity to build that um, this time at the Crypto Art Fest 2022. And we just kind of, revealed it for the first time, which was super exciting for us and the holders too. And they had kind of fun because we did like a sticker hunt during the event. And so that's that. But that's not like a concrete area yet. We're gonna build that this time. It was like a test running. So the Metaani Lands is still in development, and that's coming up real soon, I guess.
So yeah, I think you were
Mhm,
kind of showcasing some of the things you're doing, the events,
mhm,
and a demo of the land
mhm.
in the Metaani Party Volume 7 that you guys did last night,
Oh, yes.
Japan time,
Uh-huh.
which I totally missed. We actually had an event at the exact same time, so we missed it. But it looked like you were kind of demoing that and explaining about it,
Mhm.
um, which kind of leads me to another question. Um, is there a difference in how you're trying to approach the overseas market, the English speaking potential holders and market, as opposed to the Japanese holders and market?
Um, right now we're trying to figure out that. We've been notified in the Japanese community pretty well by now, but when we went to NFT NYC, we just we just realized as we were talking to, overseas people, didn't know anything about the NFT community in Japan as well as Mitani. So we're trying to figure out how to reach out to them. We're getting a lot of collaboration, DMs and everything right now, and we're trying to figure out what is our best way to approach to the overseas. What's our the strength, that we can push towards the overseas people, because the culture is different and how we can approach it will be different, but the core part of our project, won't be different. So we're trying to figure out how to appeal to the different culture and the different ideas that people have in their own like field or country or culture. That's what we're trying to figure out. That's why I was hired, and we have another English speaking overseas development manager, and we're working on it right now. Pretty hard.
Got it. Yeah, I can imagine it being challenging because you've got certain messaging and certain vibe and certain,
Mhm.
maybe narrative that you've established very well in Japanese and with Japanese holders. But for the overseas holders, maybe you've got to establish that almost
Mhm.
separately because it's going to be completely in English.
Yes, it's
So I
it
can see
the
it being challenging.
yeah, challenging part is not just only the language part. It's like the culture, the NFT culture that they developed overseas is pretty different from what it is in Japan. And we're trying to figure out like the strategies for that. And to do that, we need more information. We have to talk with other projects, a lot of people to figure out, what our potential is overseas. So we're in that stage right now and try to reach out to many people as possible to have them know that we exist.
So the
Yeah,
collaboration that you did with Kyary
Mhm,
Pamyu Pamyu,
mhm,
like just around the timing of Coachella,
mhm.
was that related to this kind of strategy?
This project just like came up before we started thinking about abroad. Our founders had the opportunity to talk with us, the system, and did a huge collab with her, and that was very successful, and we had our holders kind of cheering for us too. But since we did such a huge collaboration, we're just a little bit lost in what we can do next. because that's like the, the biggest thing you could ever imagine, right? Collaborating
Yeah.
with Japanese artists, pushing Japanese culture at Coachella. Like, how did that even happen? So, so yeah,
Yeah, I was watching the live
that's
stream of
crazy,
Coachella, and when I
right?
saw that, I was like, "Wow, the Metaani people really got made it happen." So,
Yes.
what kind of feedback and result did you get from that? Because the Coachella, of course, is probably the most famous
Hmm.
festival
Hmm.
show in the U.S. these days. Has
Yes,
been for
in the
many
world, I
years.
guess. Yeah.
But yeah, but it's but is what's the intersection with the Web3 crowd? Like, how many people there are into NFTs? I mean, it's a young crowd, so I would assume some of them.
Mhm.
But what kind of feedback did you get on that?
So our holders, of course, were just going crazy over it. The our collaborative models are very cute and looks like Kyary Pamyu Pamyu, and being able to see that on the huge stage was just amazing experience. And our we since it was the first time for KPP to enter the NFT or like the crypto field, we didn't really get much feedback from that side, like her fan side. But being able to show people that we have collaborated with this huge artist on a huge stage has been a strength for our project, and we have this feeling that we can push our project further. But yeah, after the Coachella, yes, we did get a lot of feedbacks from non-holders too, saying that we didn't know like she entered the NFT field. That was awesome. Like the collaborative stage was awesome and everything. But after a while, it died out. So okay, so right now we're trying to figure out how we can keep those energies to our, future creation, and, um, have the continuing benefits towards our holders. We want to kind of, thank them in a very positive way. So that's what we're trying to figure out right now, how we can use those energies. Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned that you're also talking to other projects to try to
Mhm.
understand what works, and I think
Mhm.
I think it's a challenge for NFT projects everywhere in the world, but
Mhm.
especially like for if they're not sort of U.S. based or
Mhm.
having to deal with different language issues and stuff. Because I
Mhm.
think a lot of Japanese projects would not be so quick to reach out and try to talk about best practices with other projects.
Mhm.
So what do you think about the sort of how the Japan NFT scene is evolving right now?
So, right now, I think Japan's pretty bad at promoting themselves, I guess, including our project too. So, we need to start, kind of raising our voices, saying like, we're here, we're doing a lot of cool stuff out here. So in order to do that, we definitely need more resources, including, multilingual staffs or people who have the knowledge in marketing outside of Japan. And that's the most challenging part because Japan is so close community. It has been and it will be too. But since we're saying like Web3, the metaverse is for the whole world and everything, we need to reach out to those people. We have to start communicating, and some projects are starting to do that, recruiting people from abroad. They have staffs or like a director from, different country and stuff. And we can do that because we have an internet right now and we're saying Web3. So um we can totally do that. But we just when Japanese come to English, we're like, no. It's like we're kind of like allergic to English. So that's the barrier we have right now. But there's people like me, been living in the United States and came back to Japan for no, I don't know, like try to adult in my life. But yeah, there are people out there who have the knowledge, who have the ability to communicate with the outside world. So, I guess that's Mitani has started that, and I see some of the Japanese NFT projects are starting to do that, and we're kind of being competitive right now to see, who will, kind of pop out first. But the the whole other world is not thinking that Japan might be doing an NFT project. They just don't have the idea that there might be a field in Japan who is challenging themselves with NFT or like blockchain or all those stuff. So at the same time that we are promoting ourselves, we want the world to like look at Japan, look into Japan's field. So, that's pretty hard. That part is where we are kind of stumbling on. So,
Yeah,
you know,
we hear that from
mhm,
other people we interview too. It's
uh-huh.
like the most challenging thing because
Yes.
there's so many projects getting
Mhm.
released all the time and so much competition for
Mhm.
attention worldwide, and the bar is kind of going higher and higher
Yes,
for how
exactly.
what you have to do to grab the attention. And even
Mhm.
if you get it,
Mhm.
it's so short lived, right? So but at the same time, I mean, we see so much activity in Japan, right?
Mhm.
If you think about like this last 2 weeks of
Mhm.
Japan Blockchain Week, just so
Yes.
much going on, so many people doing, so many creators, and
Mhm.
development and innovative ideas.
Mhm.
So it's and a lot of support in the community here, right, for
Mhm.
each other, like
Yes.
so much support, but that transitioning that voice to be global.
Mhm.
That's I mean, it's so great to see what you're doing and what
Mhm.
Matani's doing to try to make that jump.
Mhm.
But I think we all have to try in different ways and sort of like collectively
Yes.
support each other.
Right now, like, we don't have a concrete answer because it's such a new field and new challenge, worldwide. So we have to keep on like pushing ourselves to do, our best and probably try, several or like million ways to reach out to them. And I really appreciate this opportunity for being able to, talk to you guys and you guys, streaming this to the outside world for us. And we didn't have this type of opportunity up until now. So it's been a great, great time.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's the reason. That's why we're doing it. We really want to sort of be
Yeah.
here to have a way to be a continuing platform for projects to continue to reach out.
Mhm.
Because only getting that few seconds of attention,
Mhm.
when something's released or pumping
Mhm.
is great. Of course it's great. Any kind of recognition in the sort of global media is great, but to have a way to continue to sort of feed the information and try to keep the excitement going,
Mhm.
that's what we're trying to do. And we just love to see projects that are really working at it, and showing, helping to show the other Japanese projects
Mhm.
the way, really, like sort of like leading the way.
Mhm. We have the technology. I can probably say Japan has the coolest stuff going on, but it's just not known, and it's so sad to know,
It's
like, no one knew about it when I went to NYC. It was so sad, like, some people I talked to were like, "So, how's it going in the Japan? Like, is there, like, NFT going on?" I'm like, "Yes." Like, it was so sad to know, um, people not knowing what's going on in Japan, and we thought it was kind of like NFT craze going on in Japan, and it was just yeah, it was shame.
Well, there is, right? I mean, there is an NFT craze going on.
Yes,
It's
just like
exciting.
last
It's
year,
fun.
right?
Yeah. But I think, I mean, our hope and our feeling is that if we can get, more projects to get that little bit of attention, there's at some
Mhm,
point there's like kind of a critical mass
mhm,
where people start to think, oh, I heard about that Japan project. Oh,
Mhm.
and I heard about that one.
Mhm.
Oh, and that one. So, oh, wait, maybe there's a lot going on there. And I think
Right.
that's the thing we're really hoping is that when we can work with you guys and some of the other
Mhm.
projects in Japan, that we'll like cross that threshold where suddenly people get this idea. Wow, Tokyo's happening. Tokyo's
Mhm.
got or Japan and Tokyo. There's like a hub of NFT activity there.
Mhm.
That's once that recognition happens, I think the ability to sort of tap into attention will
Mhm.
change, and
Mhm.
that's our hope, and that's why we think that the way we can work together
Mhm.
with so many projects from Japan,
Mhm.
together we can make that happen. That's
Yes.
any one
Yes.
project. It's so challenging
It
for
is.
any one project to really break that attention barrier.
Mhm.
But together we're going to do it. So it's
Yes. Yes.
so exciting to hear your sort of clarity of speaking on the subject.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. We look forward to, work with other, of course, Japanese project, but, outside of Japan projects too. And we are, planning to launch another, not launch, but mint another series soon, probably within this year. But we don't have much, information that we can give out yet. So, behind the scenes, we're talking to a lot of people saying, can we exchange or like, do you want to do, whitelist campaign together, something like that, or like, we can promote this on this platform, whatever, whatever. So yeah, those things are happening behind the scenes, and it's kind of we're like we're seen as we're kind of staying kind of low, but we're doing a lot in the like background or like behind the scenes a lot. So yeah, it's really hard to let the people out there know that we're still doing stuff, but we just don't have anything to present yet. And it's hard to like, promote ourselves when we're in that stage, the creative stage, I guess. And that's our kind of like a speed bump that we've been experiencing.
Yeah, it's a big challenge for every project that when they
Mhm.
go into building mode, that and the
Mhm.
community is like, "What's going on? What's going on?"
Yeah.
Uh, yeah,
So yeah, our project has been first minted last year, October. So it's not we're a fairly young project, and but compared to being a young project, we've accomplished too many big stuff that, our expectations are like, the holders' expectations been really high. And but we appreciate that. So we want to like, kind of give back to our community, our fans. But, there are limited people in our team, and everything is happening all at once. Um, we, as much as we are doing our best, we kind of like want to ask for a little bit of um, patience sometimes, but
patience.
just a little bit of patience. Like we're planning this for you, but we just can't see it and everything that's happening. So yeah, we are trying to kind of solve that problem right now, recruiting new members to support our team and everything. So we just want people to know that we're working hard as we can. We're presenting everything as we can, and we have not forgotten about you. We really appreciate our holders and fans, and they're very passionate about our project, which is, I guess, pretty rare. Most of the people who have Metaani is just they just cherish it. Like it's their avatar. It's not like they're treating NFT as, kind of like collective, just like PFP stuff. They are thinking that avatar as them in the metaverse. So I think that's pretty rare thing happening in, I guess, in the world, I guess. Not a lot of project has 3D avatars yet. Some of them are launching, but so we have
Yeah,
a
I mean,
pretty
so many.
strong community. So we want to, kind of keep tight with our community, keep connected. And once we have this another huge um, momentum, we would like to bring our holders together to experience that wonderful time, or like the moment together. So yeah, we're doing our best. And we're doing our best.
Oh, you're doing a great job. And so I was going to ask you for a final message to your fans. You just kind of just did that, but do you have
Mhm.
one more thing that you'd like to say to your fans all over the world?
Oh yes. First of all, to the world, we're here. We're from Japan, doing this awesome project for you to enter the metaverse, experience the new stuff, using crypto art and everything. And for Japan, thank you so much for always supporting, and it means a lot to us. And you guys are the one who keep us going. So we want to take your energy to create it into our new products, new fun stuff that you will appreciate. So please, we'll do our best, and I hope you will follow us and, support us throughout our journey. And thank you so much always.
Thanks so much to Myna, the community manager from Metaani Project. It was great to hear more about the history of the project, what's happening now, and also the future. To learn about where things are going down the road, both in the Japanese space and, of course, the global space in general. All the links to the Metaani project and to Myna's SNS socials will be included in the show notes below, so check that out. Uh, for our own plugs, of course, subscribe to the channel, NEKO ALPHA show. Give a like to the video, and check out our other interviews here in the library. We've talked to some very interesting creators and founders and artists, and lots of great inside info on Japan-based projects. Also, check us out on Twitter. Give us a follow there. We do great spaces every Tuesday morning, 10 a.m. Japan time, 6 p.m. on the West Coast in North America, 9 p.m. East Coast. So check that out. Always lots of great projects we're introducing, and it's a nice community that's sort of coalescing, coming together, and sharing information and promoting projects that are coming out of Japan. And sometimes they're coming out of elsewhere, but they always have a Japan connection. You can also find a link to our Discord in the Twitter bio, and Instagram as well, if you're into that. So yeah, thanks for listening. Hit the Web 2 portals, help us push through into Web 3. And with that, once again, thanks to Myna, and thanks to the co-hosts, Neil and Steve. And I think that's everything. Let's wrap it.